Me too, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Drake.
Okay, am I clear to you?
Yes, you are clear.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
Okay.
David.
Yes, Drake.
Yeah, so Francis called me, says I think we should start because I think somewhere there's a power issue and the internet is on and off. Is that okay?
Yes.
Drake, good morning.
Good morning, Alice.
Morning, Drake.
Good morning, Alice.
How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you.
I think that if Francis says is not going to come on, we probably can begin. We have 36 members, so I think that we can start. Good morning, Professor Jude.
Jude is still in the meeting, so he'll join about an hour and a half.
Okay, no problem. I think that we can hand it to you and we can just begin so that we don't lose time. Yes, thank you very much. Please proceed.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, friends, you're most welcome for this session. Today we will be more hands-on, but purpose for emphasis of trying to link on what we learned yesterday and what we're going to do today. Allow me run a little show. Are you able to see my screen? Okay. Okay. Let me do this way. I think I should share the screen in presentation mode then. Okay. Right. Share screen in presentation mode. So we are all able to see that screen. It's just to help us recap what Prof covered yesterday. So today we are largely going to focus on really two tools. How do we transform the content we have into objects which are allowed for reuse in an e-learning platform? So each of these elements, I'm trying just to focus what Prof Jude talked about yesterday. When you talk about an object, remember it's like a course module. So if your course has topics, for example, you have a course like research methods, maybe research methods has about problem statement, philosophies, scientific writing, data analysis, sampling, all these kind of things. So each of those could be most probably your object. And so we have different objects. So we have like information objects, practical objects, assessment objects, content objects, and all these others. So whenever you're providing, as Prof indicated, when you are providing information for the learners, then that's the larger information object. But when you are requiring the learners to do something in return, a practical assessment is a practical object, and so on. So remember that. So this relationship is very going to be critical in our EXE usage. So this image should be really in your at the back of your mind as we launch to EXE. So I just wanted to refocus on that, and then before we dive in the session for today. So today, in the morning, we will go to one tool, and the afternoon we go to another tool. So allow me to, I think my colleagues are present, so that is Joseph, you're present. Joseph, can you show you unmute so that we know you're there?
Present, Doctor.
Okay. Fiona, are you present?
Yes, I'm present.
Okay, thank you. Those are colleagues. Hilda?
Yes, Doctor.
Excellent. Faith? Dr. Faith? Okay. Dr. Martha?
Dr. Drake, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So those are colleagues. They will be support when we go to practicals. These are colleagues are going to be supporting along the way. So you can mute yourselves, and then we continue. I walk through this session. So what does it take to design your content in any of those tools that you have? In this case, you're going to use EXE. So the very first thing, you need to look at the process and overflow. So as an instructor, before you think of a tool, the very first point is that you need to organize your content. So today, we believe that all of you are participating, you have like a course guide with you. That course guide, you also have materials of your course, which means the actual PowerPoints, you have books, you have PDFs, you have all the different learning materials with you. So the first step is organize your materials. Second, identify content authoring tool. And then of course, third, that you have the tool, then what do? You actually author the content. After the content is authored, then you package the content. Packaging is about deploying this content in a way that it can be consumed by your users. As we will see, there are different standards. When we talk about SCORM, when we talk about IMS, when we talk about Cambridge Commons, these are kind of standards for content publishing that as I will go through, will show you during EXE execution what each of those standards mean in principle. And then finally, you see what we call content upload and LMS. So that's really about deploying the content, okay? And then lastly, you can access your content using your web browser. So in this exercise, because there's no LMS you are going to export the content to for the training at the moment, we deploy the content as a web page so that you can actually be able to view your content in real time. So what is a content authoring tool? I think this is something that we need to appreciate. So basically, it's a software, it's a computer program that is used to generate content. When you hear about SCORM, SCORM is a standard which talks about shareable content object reference model. SCORM in full is shareable content object reference model. It's a set of standards that allows you to develop content that can be used across different learning platforms. For example, virtual learning platform, learning management systems, assessment systems, and others. And it can use open standards. So that's very, very critical, because prior, people used to have preparatory systems. You build content, for example, that goes to Blackboard, it cannot work with Moodle. But when you build a SCORM course, it can apply to different learning systems because it's using open protocols and open standards. The author does not need to deal with small details of the standard. So at the moment, you don't need to know much about the standards really. It's about following the principle. Just as you use Microsoft Word, you send an email, you don't know the protocols that run about it. So your ability is use the tool, get the job done. So EXE. So what is EXE really? EXE is none other than e-learning XML, XHTML editor. The idea behind the EXE was to use the enormous power of the internet and the web as we know it to build content that can easily be consumed using web technologies. You don't need to be a programmer, because the alternative of EXE, as we'll see, would have been like tools like Dreamweaver, tools like FrontPage, and other web publishing tools, which require a very high level of technical competencies to utilize. But with EXE, all that complexity is abstracted from the user, so that a very simple user, in 2-3 hours, a good user, you can actually be able to produce usable content. So why EXE? EXE aims to provide an intuitive, easy-to-use tool that enables teachers to publish professional-looking websites for learners, as I've just indicated. EXE is a tool that provides professional web publishing and can be easily referenced or reported to various learning platforms. So if you have Blackboard, if you have Moodle, or you have any other learning platform that you're using, then this content can easily be imported or exported. So EXE has been developed as an offline authoring tool. So this gives you an ability to author content offline, but more importantly, some of you are working with students who are remote with poor connectivity, you can actually make your course available by packaging it entirely offline, okay? And of course, EXE, the other benefit that it has is what we call the wiki. What you see is what you get, okay? So the ability to visualize the look and feel of your content as you develop it, okay, is very, very critical. More importantly, that EXE allows you to minimize piracy and plagiarism of content, yeah? Because as content is packaged in this format, it is very difficult for people to pirate their content without attributing to the author. So that's another very important feature you need. So why we use EXE over other applications like FrontPage and Dreamweaver, I indicated to you. FrontPage and Dreamweaver and all other web publishing tools require a very high level technical skills. You need to learn programming, you need to learn certain things before you can use them. However, learning these tools requires a high proficiency, but with EXE is that really that level of complexity has been abstracted for you, and you can easily just interact with a simple interface the way you interact with sending an email or working in a Google Doc. So how do we get it? I will slow down a little bit as I talk. I would like all of us to ensure we will go to exelearning.org if you've not been there. So Joseph and colleagues online, and ensure that whoever has installed of all the people who are participating, by show of hands, let's see who has EXE online. Can you check, Joseph? Give me the account to see so that you know who's there. If you have already installed EXE, put up your hand.
I'm watching, Doctor.
Yes, whoever has installed EXE, put up your hand.
It seems none.
None. Okay. So can we all therefore go to exelearning.org? So when you land there, you show up your hand. Go to your browser. I see one hand.
Okay.
Go to your browser.
Imran, yes. Okay.
You can include me as well. Because you know, for me, I can't raise the hand being the host.
Yeah, true.
Hey, okay. Okay, Nada is a hand.
The number has increased. Now Musa, Alfonsi, Saye, Francis, and I think people are getting there.
Yeah, this is practical session, so we need people to.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is also there.
Okay.
Colleagues, let's try to be there. I believe some of you are having challenges navigating two windows. You can simply minimize your one window to make it smaller so that you can work with the two windows.
Yeah, thank you, Joseph, for that. Yes, at least we need a number of people. We only have, the number we have is too small. This is a practical session, friends. Caroline Nakiguli, Joyce Mukirwa, that must be my colleague from courses. I know her, I think. Yeah.
Manuel Masago.
Hey, Jocelyn. Please, yes, even Kato Joseph, Kato Jacob.
Abner is on. Abner is also there.
Osma, thank you.
Okay.
Osma is there too.
Thank you. Would like as many people to go there, colleagues. This is a practical exercise, so we don't want to just follow the illustration. We need to implement as they demonstrate.
Actually, one can go to the chat and then click the link that has been shared already.
Okay. Colleagues, I need more hands. Give me some energy.
Where is that feature for raising hand?
Joseph, help me.
Please.
Okay, when you
go to participants.
When you go to participants,
you go to participants,
at the bottom of the participants list,
you'll see where you can raise your hand.
You'll see an option that says raise hand.
Okay, perfect.
Good, thank you.
That's okay, yeah?
Thank you, David.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Guys, raise hands. Eric. Yeah, Kizito Liombia.
I'm there.
Okay, have you raised your hand? Have you gotten to the browser?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Good. So I see the hands are increasing. This is encouraging. Give us some energy to continue. If we can get 5 more people raise hands. Dr. Margaret, Caroline, any challenges? Colleagues can help. Okay, Ranyararo, good. So the hands are increasing. Joseph, I think I can continue. So if you go on.
Yes, we can continue now, Doctor.
You should be able to, maybe I should switch. I switch, Joseph, so that I can guide maybe more properly. With the installation, I may not assume they can be able to do it remotely.
So you want me to?
Okay. Share the screen.
Okay.
Let me unshare, and you share the screen of the exe.org.
Let me get to the screen first.
Okay.
exe. Okay.
I think I'm already there. So maybe I'm already here actually. So I'm already here. Let me share, Joseph. I've already seen the screen.
Okay.
Should I share then?
No, I have it. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So colleagues, all of you, and I'm now watching. I'm going to watch the participants. Good. So whoever is there, so if you go to the screen here, it has a lot of information for you. But critical for us at the moment is you go to a section where you see called download, okay? And if you look at this section, they are telling you latest update, okay? And then I'm sure most of you are using Windows. So here it's important to look at the operating system that you're running. I suspect that most of us are using Windows.
Which one are you
Okay.
using?
Huh?
Which one are you using?
I'm on Windows. Okay.
I'm using Windows.
You have a Mac here. Those who are having a Mac, I can display as well.
Yes. So I'm using Windows. And you can, I think Joseph will do the Windows installer, right? Because
yeah,
it has the,
for those for Windows, those with the Mac who can use iOS, and those with Linux who can take the Linux version.
Okay. So I'm trying to, let me make my screen a little bit bigger so that you see what we're meaning. So for Windows, I hope all of you are seeing my screen. So I've highlighted the Windows installer. I won't follow. So if you click there, there are some simple instructions to follow. It will download. And depending on the speed of your network, it will take a few minutes really to download.
Drake.
So, yes, Joseph. Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me show you this one of mine, and then you tell me what's the difference between, are you seeing?
Now that is for Mac.
This is for Mac.
And
yes, and those who are having Mac, MacBooks, you move down, yes. Now that is for Windows.
Yes.
So if you want to install the one for Mac version,
the URL is different. It is .net, not .org.
Usually,
check the URL. It's different.
When you click at
there
the
are different
URL,
distributions, eh? So
like
this yeah.
You have to.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
So yeah. Then just say a caption for all of you. Thank you, Francis, for mentioning that. If you do a Google, it will lead you to different distributions. You know, for open source software, there are people who do some extensions. Okay. So the .net is a different distribution, and the best is from the .org. Yeah. So whoever, if you've been able to install, I request those who have installed, they are the ones to raise your hand. If you've installed, raise your hand. If you've not, put your hand down.
Maybe Francis can help us to first put all the hands down.
So Francis put all the hands down, and then only people now who have installed put hands up, that you have the application running, you put your hands up.
I've lowered them.
Okay.
Thank you.
So far, that is good.
Okay.
3 people so far.
Instruction?
We are coming. We are just waiting to get sufficient number of people. Excellent. The hands are going up. Excellent.
The instruction is to download the EXE and have it installed on your machine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. The activity we are on.
Thank you, Liz. Liz is installing now.
So which one do we install?
Based on your operating system.
EXE.
Windows, download, updates, older releases, Windows installer.
You go to Windows installer.
No, but that is an old release. So they can click on updates. When you click on updates, you get the latest.
Okay.
The one down there, those are older versions. So when you click on updates, it gives you the options for the latest software, even for Windows.
So download latest version. In this case, it's 1.04.1.359.
It is a 7 something.
It's a 26.7 MB.
Yes,
It's okay.
It's very small.
Okay. Francis Kumu, Moses Waswa, excellent. The hands are impressive. I think we should do 55 members. We are still about 25% hands up. So if colleagues, you have a challenge, Akena Geoffrey, if you have a challenge, Caroline, put your questions or help in Cosmos at BSU. Faculty of Agriculture, I think, please, we need to see your hand up. Emmanuel Masabo. That looks like my former student. Emmanuel.
Yes, and my OB.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
I'm privileged to see you this morning.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you too.
Okay.
Okay.
Jacqueline Akello, your hand can go up. If you have challenges, let us know on the chat. Okay, James Basuta already installed yesterday. Excellent, James. Helen Birima and Drapali Francis. Any challenges? Okay, Michael Lokuruka has already installed. Your hand up, excellent, excellent, excellent. Hands are going up. That's very good. That's very good. Please, we need at least all of us to have the tool. It's the main reason we're here. The main reason we're here.
Some 2 people's microphones are off. I don't know how we can help them.
Okay. Moez Arthur. Moez Arthur. Morris, you can have your hand. Joyce Bukirwa, we should be able to have your hand. You are my colleague. You need to have this tool. Admin PC, I know you're very interactive. So if you need any challenge, you have any challenge, just drop something in the
chat room.
Okay. We need more hands. We need more hands. So Boniface, thank you. Boniface has been able to install. We still need more hands. The hands are too few for our confidence. Is it a challenge, the internet connectivity?
I think maybe other people are connecting using their phone, so I don't know.
Ah, okay. If you are connecting using the phone and you are unable, maybe you should do. How do we know this one now? Which tool do we have? Yeah, Joseph, Francis.
Yes.
There is that tool of using hands to show those who are using phones so that you can discount them. Eh? I can't see them here. I can't see the future here. I only have 3 futures.
And those features, I think, are with the host.
With the host. You can allow more futures because if you look at the number, there are too many people without hands. Eh?
It's okay. They will follow the class since it is recorded and it's on YouTube. When they access the computer, they can follow the class.
I think we can go ahead, yeah.
All right, thank you. Doctor, we can move ahead. Dr. Drake, you're muted.
Sorry, I muted, so let me start again. Share my screen. And this should be my screen, I think. Share. And this should be my. Okay, so as I advised, we have a significant of us who are able to download. So the procedure is very, very simple. Now, very, very critical is the appreciation of the work environment. So when you load this application, and which I challenge you to do, is that there are about 4 domain areas. I repeat, there are about 4 domain areas. The topmost part, as you see it constitutes what you call the menu. The menu, like in any other computer application, it provides you the kind of tools or commands that you can execute to tell the computer to accomplish a given task. So on the top right-hand corner, so you have file, you have, this one does not look, this came from Mac. So I will put one, when we actually do the demonstration, you'll see the one for Windows, which looks a little better, but the tools are remaining the same. So there's a menu, the main menu, and then we have the outline section, okay? The outline section, that workspace, what we call the index page, this allows us to define our objects. If you remember yesterday, so this is where we'll be creating the pages, the actual objects. Then below it, we have a section called iDevices. So I want to challenge, because I know before we came here, Francis was playing a lot of videos, and there are also some people who were already prepared. So what do iDevices mean? What are iDevices? Can someone, 2 people give me some feedback of what they think about iDevices? You can unmute yourself if you have something to say. You raise your hand and then we can pick you up. Okay. What are iDevices? So, David, you can put all the hands down at the moment. I think those hands indicated those who have installed. Eh? So what are iDevices, colleagues?
Okay, I've lowered them down.
Thank you. So who can, I need 2 people because it should be interactive. Who can try? Okay. So in the interest of time, let me just explain. So iDevices really refer to what we call instructional devices. Okay. So instructional devices, these are methods, tools you apply to deliver the learning processes. Okay. And there are many of them. We have what we call activities, case studies, closed quizzes, external web. So any resource that you are applying to facilitate the teaching and learning, they are called instructional devices. So that section is where you pick the instructional devices to include in your object, which is basically the topic you're working on. This other large section area on your right, the large section which has authoring and properties, that's the work area where you actually, you'll be executing your command and building your content. So, as I told you, this section, the GUI layout, that's your index where you put your resources. This is your iDevices, and the rest, as you can see it. So I want to request Joseph to launch the tool, and then you take us through the actual content authoring. Okay. I don't know if we should do, David, should we go ahead and do breakout sessions? I see there are fewer people who had installed.
Yeah, there are few people, so maybe we can use one session. Okay.
Exactly. So because we have, I think, less than 20 people, 25, with less than 25 people who have installed, so we can use one session. So Joseph, kindly launch, and I'm going to unshare, and then you take us through the different elements. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, and thank you, members. Good morning once again. So I want to be able to go through our EXE slowly by slowly and make sure at the end of the day, we do have something that we can put across as a part of our course. We put in mind what we have so far discussed with the professor, that was yesterday, and what we've gone through this morning. I'm just picking my PDF.
Maybe Joseph, as you come on board.
Yes, Doctor.
Let me just explain, as you set up yourself, let me explain something here. So that you're right online. Let me share something.
Should I go off?
Can you click on file? Eh? You can, okay.
Okay, let me go back, file, okay.
I wanted to explain something, so that go to export. So colleagues, something that is very, very important for us to appreciate in content authoring is how this content is going to be consumed, and appreciating the kind of the features that make it available. So one of them is what you call Common Cambridge Standard. Common Cambridge Standard, you can call it a class of SCORM, which you call Shareable Content Object Reference Model. It is another standard as well. IMS really stands for Instructional Management System. It's largely an organization that has taken over the years, I think a number of decades, trying to standardize the production of instructional content to be consumed. So those standards, among others, help you to build the content in a way that it can be made available in various learning platforms. For example, the course from EXE can be exported to Moodle. It can be exported to Blackboard. It can be exported to any other learning management system, like, for example, a Cisco system that they use for assessment. K2, if you know K2 system, which is used for assessment as well, it can also be exported at location. Now, for us, Something else I wanted to highlight is that if you go to export, you see called website or single web page. So you can package this content to make it available offline to your learners by exporting it in form of any of those two content, like a single web page or a website that can be made available for your learners. So really I wanted to emphasize that as Joseph comes on board to walk us through the various features. So Joseph, you can pick from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Sorry. In addition to exporting and having as a web page, you realize that a number of our learners, especially within our African countries setup, we have challenges of internet connectivity, even amongst ourselves as we are online. So this becomes a very important tool that you can actually set up your content, give it to the students at once, and then they can actually do a self-paced kind of learning from wherever they are. All right, thank you once again, Doctor. Still going back, we have a number of features that I wanted us to mention. You've helped us to decode what is all under file, but I also want to go ahead and inform members that on the same toolbar, that the file toolbar or file menu, we have merging and quit. So in case you have a number of EXE packages you've actually done previously and they are being saved all at separately, you can use the merge option to put all this into one EXE file to have one content or one set of notes being given out to the learners. Unfortunately, not like any other application, you can never go ahead and click at a close when you're working under EXE. The only way you can close EXE is for you to go to File and then you go to Quit. There, that is when you can actually go ahead and exit EXE. We do have the styles section. These are several styles that we can talk about, and these styles can be applied to your content based on the interest and the way you want to have it viewed. The default one is always silver, but you can change to any other style. Then the help function is simply to help you report either a bug or a problem about your particular application. This is, in this case, is EXE. Remember, this is an open source tool. So the authoring window behaves as a drafting board, and this is what we are talking about. It behaves as a drafting board where content authors using the instruction devices or tools can actually edit and view the content. And the properties, when you look at this, the authoring window, it has two sections. It has an authoring window and it also has a properties window. Now, a properties tab on this same window will actually help you to have more workspace. For example, you may load an image, and if you have to load an image, you simply go to load an image. You have under properties, you have first of all have the package itself, the metadata, and the export. We'll not go through these. Let's just mention something about the package. So within this area, you can actually go ahead and load an image, set up the image that you may want at the end of the day to appear as part of the starting options of your particular course. Let me pick one, say that, okay, it is actually, the moment you pick it, it is saved. And once you save it, you can apply. We shall see it where it will apply at some point in time. Still on the same window, we have these buttons, these down here. These will be very, very much useful. Okay. Now, these buttons here are also very important, that they will help you as a teacher, as a designer of this content, to be able to navigate around your content and reorder the way you want it to be, done. So to create a hierarchy in the outline, you just need to simply keep adding pages. At the top of this window, we have add page. So this add page will be helping us to be able to add pages in the order of the hierarchy. Take, for example, if depending on what we covered yesterday, for example, if my course that I want to teach is, let me minimize the window. Okay.
Use the example research methods, Joseph.
Right. Okay. So if I have research methods and I want us to move together, for you to be able to rename whatever is here, for example, have home as part of our outline. So you're going to either click at it and click rename, then put a different name, or simply double click and then you'll have research.
Research method.
Research methods, and that is our course. So what we originally had as home has now changed to research methods. 2, what do you want to, probably we need to let these people, we need to give them an overview of what research methods is all about. So we are going to add a page.
Maybe, Joseph, research methods is the top level object, eh?
Yes, a top level.
It should be the one replacing outline, eh?
Yep. So what is our, probably we can work together, Doctor. What is our next topic that we can look at?
Research philosophies.
Okay, so double click and say research.
Philosophy.
Okay.
Research philosophy, it's okay.
Okay.
And S is missing some.
Long. Thank you.
Then we can do research problem, or sorry, problem statement or research problem.
Okay, now when we add a problem, say if you add a page, it's going to go under the research philosophy. Okay, so we say research problem.
Is that under research philosophy or under research method?
No, it's going to be under research method. So we are going to promote it one level. So
now
no, the other one, the other side, the left one, the last one, yes, one level above. Yeah.
So we mentioned that these particular buttons are very important for us to reorder our content. So when you click at it, it is able to reorder the hierarchy of your content. So if you happen to probably have missed out something, you don't need to worry. You simply go back and reorder the way your content is supposed to look. Thank you, Francis.
Continue. Let's create more. So research objectives.
Is in the campaigns.
Then research then the conceptual framework. Conceptual framework. We can add sampling techniques. We can add research approaches. We can add data analysis. I think we want to create a good I think those are just sufficient, colleagues, to give us an idea of ordering.
Probably we can also have one extra, probably a review exercise, something to do with a review. Okay, so that is assuming that is part of what we want to do.
So maybe Joseph, just a pause.
Yes, Doctor.
Can we see those who are following us ably that have been able to, because this is a training, it's a practical session. So can we see those who are, by show of hands, those who have been able to get a course of their own and they are able to do this session? Cosmos, okay, Francis Kumu, excellent. Yeah, we have 4 hands. We have 4 hands out of 60. So can we at least have 15 hands? Excellent, the hands are moving, excellent.
Oh, that is so nice.
Yeah.
Doctor, we've been trying to follow. I think we
Yes,
should
sir.
have a, I think we should have a time when we can do the practical, because it's very important for us to listen, follow, and then get a time to say, maybe, guys, giving you 15 minutes.
Okay. His network is a problem, but you've gotten the message.
To implement this.
Okay. So,
something like that. Was a slow.
Okay. Okay. Message well understood. What we'll do is, can we do it in bits and phrases? Should we give people 5 minutes? Because I know with the learning, it can be very difficult when you have too many concepts. So can we give people 4 minutes to create this outline of their own course? Yes. Joseph and Francis, is that okay?
Maybe 5. Drake.
I would support.
5 minutes.
Yeah, yes, Drake, please. Yeah, maybe you can give them a few moments.
Okay,
so that
5 minutes.
They can practice and like get situated, and then you come back and see how everyone is doing.
Okay, so 5 minutes to just pick your course, and all we are doing is that we are using the object format of yesterday, and here we're doing our object outline. So 5 minutes to create your course similar to what we've done so far. So Joseph, Fiona, you are the timekeeper. No, Hilda. Hilda, you are the timekeeper. Are you present?
Yes, Doctor, I'm present.
Yes, so you'll be the timekeeper. So in 5 minutes.
How do you 5 minutes?
Yes. So according to my clock, that will be 2 minutes past midday that we should return here.
Okay, Doctor.
So in the meantime, anyone, if you have challenges and you need some sort of support, use the chat, and we should be able to support you, in whatever way we can.
I think there is a comment in the chat. A person is not able to download. So could you maybe take us through the steps of the downloading?
Steps of downloading. Okay.
Yes.
Let me delete again. Okay. That's fine. Let me just project my screen. So Joseph,
Yes, Doctor.
I think you can unshare your screen temporarily.
I'm doing the needful.
And I do the needful. Thank you. Let me see where I am. This is my screen. So I hope, colleagues, you are able to see my screen. So point number 1, you go to your web browser, and in the address bar, type there exelearning.org, and you should land on a page which looks like this. So the risk of going to Google, just Google, it will be able to ask you too many So I can maybe put a link here for all of you in the chat. It's chat. Okay. So here is the link. So I'll put a link in the chat. Oh, sorry, I think it has gone to one person. So there is a link. Yeah, Caroline cannot install because she's using internet on her phone, so it's a bit slow, we understand. Just follow the practices. The good thing, this session is being recorded, and you will be able to go on YouTube, watch at your leisure, and follow the steps. So when you land, or from that link, you have a landing page that looks like the page you're seeing on your screen. And kindly leave the instruction above, but I'm going to expand it and go to where I'm saying download EXE. And when you see download EXE, and then you'll be able to see options. So we recommend, I think, pick the latest, latest versions. Go to updates, and on here you'll get the latest version. All the releases, the ones below, and those matter more, they are stable, but they also have some features missing. So pick the latest version, and if you click on that link, for example, let me see what I get, and you'll get options. So download EXE, and you can see the file, and it is 26.7 MBs. If you're having other options for Ubuntu and others, you can see them. But for Windows, the latest is 26.7 megabytes. So it's really a small application you can have installed. So I hope when you click there, the rest of the processes really should be very, very easy. Depending on your network speed, it should be downloaded in less than one minute or 1 minute and a half. Are we there?
Doctor, I think our time is up. Doctor,
okay,
our time is up. Members should come back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hilda. So Joseph, we should continue. So can we, I want to see the show of hands, those who have created the course, okay? Helen, excellent. Moses, excellent, thank you. Emmanuel, good. Boniface, excellent. Okiria, this is very good. Musa, Nada, this is very good. The rest, Cosmas, good. Good. Yeah. Okay, Frank. This is very good. Agnes, that's good. So I can see the hands growing up. The rest, Jacob, excellent. So I'm seeing the team. Good. Can we have 2 more people? Alice, you should be there. John Paul, excellent. Hey, Alice, I would like to see your hand.
Alice's hand is not yet up, it's coming.
Hey, okay. Akena, Geoffrey Oyo, I would like to see your hand. Okay. I think we have a fairly good response, isn't it, Joseph?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So I'm giving 1 extra minute. Eric, Derek, excellent. Good. Elijah, Firi. Elizabeth Nkova, can we do something? James Basuta, you installed this yesterday, so this should be easier. James Kibanyu, I'm sure it should be easier for you too. Joyce Bukirwa, it should also be easier for you to have it online. Moses Waswa, you are more active earlier on. You have challenges? Okay. Okay, I think the hands, good, the hands are encouraging. So Joseph, let's continue. Okay, Alice, you are the only person you've been having us down. Okay, Moses, good. So we have the fair representation now. Good, so Joseph, you can take us to the next component. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Now that we've been able to add our different pages, so the next item would be for us to look at the instructional devices. You want to see how do we have these instruction devices part of our course. As we have done before, still we are going to work with Dr. Drake and any other member from the training team. We are going to look at several items. We may look at objectives, we may look at text and images, video tables, case study scenarios, web pages, and so on and so forth. So we're going to add our different activities or devices. So under research philosophy, we add an activity, and the moment you click at the activity under the instructional devices, then you get an option under the authoring section for you to put your content. You can rename the activity, that is the heading of the activity. For example, we have activity, and we may say maybe this is a philosophy. So you can rename this. And then down, you are able to add texts. You are able to add text, and this text can actually be, maybe you copied it from your Word somewhere, you can paste it here. You can go ahead and type whatever you need.
So Joseph, I can give you some hints maybe so that it can flow a little bit. So we are trying to put activities under philosophy, right?
True.
Okay, so maybe we can put definition, research philosophy definition.
Okay.
Okay.
Under the definition, we can have some images. This is a text area where we type our content. We have the formatting tools as they exist under Microsoft Word is the way we find them here. We have the font size and so on. So we can actually play around with our content at this level. We can copy and paste, we can indent, but you can also pick from a Microsoft Word content, pick from Microsoft Word application, and we have everything put here. Now, once you're done with all this, then you simply click at the done button, which is just a tick. You can undo, or you can even cancel whatever you have done. So when you click at the tick that says done, then your content would be saved. Should you come at any moment in time and want to add something, simply come back to edit, and then you'll be able to add more content. It is a research philosophy.
Can we just get some bit of text?
I'm getting it, Doctor.
And colleagues, for emphasis, for as long as you're using Microsoft Word, that text editor uses the same principles and almost all features of Microsoft Word. So don't look at them and say you've not discussed this concept. No, it is just the same text editor you used to, okay? So the way you manipulate, you insert images, you manage text flow, you indent the text, you are able to align it, all those things. You can insert formulas, you can bold, you can insert an image. All that is done the way you do it in Microsoft Word. Joseph, continue.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. I've been able to put some text. I want to see if I can insert an image. So when I go to image, under image URL, a URL is a universal resource locator. So we are going to look for our image. I've saved an image somewhere, I think under downloads. This is the one, and I open it. So looking at this image, it's quite huge. So I need to reduce the size by looking at the dimensions, maybe 200 by 130. Where do I want to have it placed in terms of alignment? So I go to appearance, and then under appearance, I go to alignment section. It can be put at the baseline, top, middle, bottom, text top, and so on and so forth, but I decide where to put it. So maybe I've decided to put it at the left-hand part of my window, and then I will insert my image. So it is at the left-hand bottom part of my window. If I want to reorder it still, I go back to appearance and change where I want it to be. Okay. Then update, and then we should be able to go. Once I am done, click at the save button, and I have my work there. So I move to the next research problem, do the same, objectives, do the same, and I move on one step at a time until I am done with what I set out as an outline under my research methods. Doctor, anything to add? Dr. Drake, are you there? Okay.
No, I think that's very simplistic. So it's just placing the content and managing the content the way you manage it in Microsoft Word. Yes, I'm there, Francis. I'm here, Joseph.
All right.
So I'm saying, Joseph.
Yes, Doctor.
Joseph, you can continue with other activities.
Research problem. Okay. So I'm continuing. I want to have something. There's a problem. Okay.
Joseph, are you okay?
Yes, Doctor. Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, I say quite a bit.
Oh, I'm now looking at developing a research problem.
So friends, you can be able now to follow through, trying to do what it's doing is you're loading an activity and you're picking
We said we have these tools. We can make
yes.
them.
Hello?
Yes. Doc
Can you
Drake,
see me? Yes, yes.
can I supplement?
Yes,
Please
Doctor.
do. Please do.
Yes. So what I wanted to mention, dear participants, is that that space that Joseph is actually working with, you can have your already pre-generated notes somewhere, which you just copy and paste here. So it's not a must that you have to retype everything. So EXE accepts you to paste content there. Thank you.
So in that case, we can reduce time spent on this particular one, so we can go to other
Exactly.
features.
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay.
And so on and so forth.
So I'm seeing what Joseph is doing. He should try, colleagues should try to do the same. At least put like maybe 3-4 activities in that section. You have to try to populate them with something. So we have another like 5 minutes of doing that as Joseph tries to put some content on the different elements. 5 minutes. So Hilda, are you there, Hilda? Hilda?
Yes, Doctor. I am. Yeah, I was responding to some question in the chat room.
Okay. Maybe this time around I need Dr. Martha. Dr. Martha, are you present? Dr. Martha? Okay, maybe network issue. So Hilda, 5 minutes, please help us to monitor. 5 minutes for colleagues to put some content in their different objects.
So members will return at 22 past midday.
Okay, thank you.
Dr. Drake, please unmute yourself. You're muted and people can't hear what you're saying.
Sorry. Oh, colleagues, sorry. I was talking and you were not hearing me. So I'm saying, as Joseph is typing, on the I devices, we have 4 categories of I devices. So any of the devices you're seeing over there, it belongs in any of those 4. There's what you call informative, okay? Informative textual I devices, for example, activities. Then we have informative non-textual. Those are like images, image magnifier. Then we have interactive I devices, like multi-choice, multi-select, Java applet. Those require the learner to interact with the material. And of course, we have the non-interactive, okay? Devices, so I devices. So those are the wanted to, so any of those devices we have, they belong into any of the 4 categories. So as you develop your course, you'll be picking a device, embedding it in your course, reflective of the need. Do you need something that is just inform? Do you need something that is interactive? Do you need something that's informative but non-textual, which is more visual? So that is something that I wanted to emphasize.
Doctor, our time is up and request members to get back.
Okay. Sorry. Can I see my
Dr. Drake? Dr. Drake?
Yes, Faith. Yes, Faith.
Yes, so as the members come back, allow me to mention that in one topic, for example, like research philosophy, you can have an activity, you can have a case study, you can have a close activity, you can have an external website, you can have those multiple choice questions. You really can have as many as you need so that you can enhance your ability for the learners to interact with the whole course, and all of it is presented in the way Joseph is going to be displaying, which makes learning very simple. And of course, as you're trying to author this, the idea with the EXE is try to go to the point instead of giving just too much, like let it go straight to the point. This enhances learning, because when students just look at it, automatically they are attracted to learning, which enhances learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Faith. That's excellent. And colleagues, you have to remember from yesterday's discussion, we emphasized the design of your course. Which activities do you want to include in your course, if you remember very well? So you want the course, we said which activities you want to take online and why. So really, this is showing you, if you had a case study, and if you remember yesterday from that too, there was something called a case study. So do you want a case study to be in online? How do you present it? You have something that is interactive. So clearly, just reflect on your course design, the analysis you made yesterday as you do your course. So I would like to see by show of hands who has been able to add certain I devices on their courses. By show of hands. Okay, so this is very impressive. Very, very impressive. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so Joseph, you can continue.
Thank you, Prof. I think I'm impressed with the way members are responding. And just as Dr. Faith said, we have a number of options we can do. We can do case study, close activity. When it comes to a review exercise, we can have a multi choice, we can have a true-false question, we can have a free text, and so on and so forth. These are all part of our I devices. Now, without taking much time, I know we shall be having questions coming through. I now want to see, I don't know, Doctor, if it is okay if I go to exporting now.
Yeah, maybe put some multi-choice questions. Put maybe like a multi-choice question, add a multi-select as well.
Okay, so if it is adding a multi choice, so you need to move to the instruction devices and select multi choice. And under multi choice, you have an option where you put the question. So maybe, can we have one? Dr. Faith?
So we could go with a question like define or explain research methods. Explain the term research methods.
Okay.
Okay, so the hint can be, Joseph, are you hearing?
I'm there. Yes, I'm there.
Okay, so something like a scientific process of
we
inquiry.
are hearing you, yes.
Scientific process of inquiry. Scientific process of inquiry.
Okay.
Maybe the other one can be data collection. And then the last one can be data analysis. So we can keep adding, but for now we need to provide for the correct answer, which can be maybe the scientific process of inquiry.
So we do get the correct answer.
Yes, we provide for the correct answer. So the correct answer is actually the first one for now. Then we can
have a
take
correct
the
option, which is this. So at the extreme right hand side, that is where we find an option to tick the correct option that should be chosen when someone attempts this. So you simply click the radio button, and once you're done, then we can add another question, go to another question. Once you're done with everything, then you click at the done button. Okay. Do we have people who have added in some questions?
Yeah, we can add at least 2 questions so that people can see. Faith, you can construct 2 more questions.
Okay, question. The other question is, what are the contents of literature review? What are contents of literature review? Literature review. So the first one can ideally be theoretical review. Then the other one can be conceptual, theoretical, and empirical review. Empirical has E. And then the last one can be review of literature. Literature has I instead of U.
Yes, thank you.
So the correct one is option number 2. The other one of conceptual, theoretical, and empirical. But empirical is the I there instead of E. After P is I. After P is I. Yeah, like that. Okay, so that's the correct one. Yeah. If we didn't tick the correct answer.
Okay, Joseph, we can speed up a bit.
I'm trying to check where my problem is.
It is showing that it's not correct. There's no correct answer ticked.
It is here. I don't know. I'll check later on.
Okay.
I think so far we're done with that point. Now, before we do, because at some point a situation may arise where when you have several EX files that you're creating and you want to merge them, so it is important that we save what we have so far worked on. So we're going to save this as learning. Such methods. Okay. Fine. So we now want to go and export it. As Doctor explained, we can export to SCORM, we can export IMS content if you're going to look at an LMS, but for our own purpose, we are going to export to a website. So we're going to select where we want it to be. So it's going to go to now, the moment you save that, then it opens that particular file, that rather the folder, and the folder that is opened looks like this with all this content. So it is within this content that you are supposed to look around and find a file that we need to display what we've worked on. The file will look around depending on the nature of the browser you're using. What you set as a default browser is what the system will pick. You look at a file called index. And when you double click index, it should be able to open, sharing that particular window. So it should be able to open and it will appear like that. So in this, you're giving your learner an option to do a self-paced kind of study. This is the image that we're able to put in at the start. And these are the different topics and the way we structured our course. So it is research methods. And when you go to philosophy, you'll be able to see what you put under philosophy. Click next, it takes you to the next window. Next, next. And all this happens offline, even when you don't have internet. And that's why we're saying that no need to have internet, it's self-paced and you can work offline. Any questions so far?
Okay, thank you, Joseph. Can I see by show of hands those who have been able to reach that level?
Just wait, the multi-choice question.
Yes, sir.
Why there are no options? There are options. I can see.
He must have made fewer options. Joseph, can you go and edit you edit the file and add more options?
Let me go edit it. Data collection.
Okay. I think you have one option. You need to add another option.
Have theoretical, it's an option here.
You have only one option, I think.
There's conceptual, it is here. There is, okay, I have one option, yes. Okay.
Just go down and add an extra option.
Go down, you'll see add option, yeah.
Add option, yes. That one there.
On here.
Yeah, add it there. You take the option. There. Oh, in that box. Yeah.
Yeah, copy that one. Yes, copy that.
You can add two or more, just create the impression. It doesn't matter how they just type anything. Could it be just X, Y?
That should be enough.
So this is what we've just edited. And we're able to have the three options. This is the edit that we just made. So if someone chose any of the three, then we didn't set the timing and the submit bit, but we can set it as well.
Which screen are you showing? We're seeing the.
Sorry. This is what we just edited.
Okay. Which is now good. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry about that. And thank you for the correction.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Joseph, someone is asking that which file format was saved for opening the index file. And if I would like, Joseph, you go to that exe. Maybe I should load mine. Since I have it. To see the formats, we have different formats, and Faith, you can unmute. You can mute, sorry, because you're talking and we're hearing what you're saying. So, Joseph. Yeah, Joseph, okay. So you can you go under File, and we want to explain to people the export format. So you see, we had the first three, we didn't save it, we saved it as a website, okay? So that's why you're seeing the content put in a folder, and there are many other files in the folder. But also you can save it as a single what? A single web page. The difference is that you'll be scrolling, okay? If you save it as a single web page, it will be, you scroll as opposed to having multiple pages, what you'll be seeing in a website. So that's the point I wanted to explain, okay?
Okay, thank you, Doctor. And another one is asking that I'm using Moodle as a learning management system at my university. Which package do I export to in order to import to Moodle? You're going to use SCORM 1.2 or IMS package, rather content package. So when you take it as a SCORM 1.2, it's going to create a zipped folder. You name it, let's call this
Forum research training.
Okay. Forum. So you save it as that. And the moment you finish saving it, where you, because remember you indicated where you want to have it saved. So on a desktop, it should be able to show, let me pick it. On your desktop, I want to display my desktop.
Okay, that would be good.
So on my screen, this is where it is. Now, depending on the question you asked, so you're going to go ahead and open your learning management system. Okay. Opening your learning management system, you go to the course unit. Under that course unit, make sure you turn editing on. Under turn editing on, then move to where you want to have that package, SCORM package import. Go to an activity or resource, and out of the activities or resources given, look out for an activity called the SCORM package. Pick a SCORM package, add the activity, then go and pick, give it a name, maybe
forum research testing.
All the other principles do apply when you're in under your LMS. Go pick that file where it was, choose the file where it was. It is on a desktop, I guess. And we called it forum research. Open it, attach it. Once you finish attaching it, please go ahead, either save and display or save and return to course. Your
save and display so that we see how it looks like in the course. Yeah.
I have done so. So this is what it is. Because you're a lecturer or you're a teacher, this is how it's going to appear in your profile. You can enter, and when you enter the activity, this is how it's going to appear for you and for your student. Click at the activity name, okay? This is how it appears. And down at the bottom, you have the navigation buttons. Each of the button you click at is able to push you to another level, either backward or forward. If the content is quite much, you can actually scroll down to be able to see the content is supposed to be. Thank you.
Excellent, Joseph. And I think there was someone asked, that was Frank Kumi. I think you got that very well.
Someone is requesting that I go over it again.
You can go over it, Joseph.
Yes. Mr. Francis.
Yeah.
I talk Frank Kumi is the one I'm talking about. I'm going to go back to the same. Now you need to go to the course unit that you're teaching as a lecturer or as a teacher. Under your course unit, you make sure you click Turn Editing On. Turn Editing On gives you an option to go and edit and for you to either add an activity or a resource. A SCORM file is taken as part of a resource that you give to your students. So you go to add activity or resource based on where you want to have it put. Add activity or resource. Scroll down to, it's actually an activity. Scroll down to a SCORM package. It is in between quiz and survey. Then add. Give it a name. We gave it forum research. I can call it test. All other principles do apply for you when you're setting up an activity or resource for your students. I'll not go into that. Then move down to where you're supposed to attach a file. Now the file you're going to attach is the SCORM package you exported from your exe file. There are two ways you can have this done. You can either drag and drop, which is the easiest, or you may simply go through a step-by-step using a file picker. I'm going to use a step-by-step for you to be able to see everything. So click at the drop down, this arrow that points down here. It gives you a file picker, which picker gives you an option to choose the file you're interested in. Click at choose file. It takes you to your computer where you have this resource located and saved. Scroll through your computer, your storage area, to pick the file, which is a zipped file, and click open. After attaching it, come down at the bottom of that same file picker window and click at upload this file. When you upload the file is going to be uploaded in its zipped form. Then down at the bottom, you have two options of either save and return to course if you're still adding other resources or activities within your course, or you go to save and display to exactly see what you have done. And the moment you go to save and display, you're going to get something that is similar to this. At this moment in time, both you and the student will be able to go ahead and enter the activity, find the different activity options as you set them up. Okay. Click at the activity name, then you'll be able to, you'll start actually going through the activity set. Even if you went at the most top item, which is research methods, because that's what we are looking at, then come down, we have the navigation buttons at the top. We have the next button, and we have the previous button. So you simply, student has to simply keep clicking next, next, and as this is being done, then you're able to go through your work. So next, or even to the end directly. So this is the work that we're able to do under EXE. I believe I've been able to move a little bit slowly and straight to the point. Thank you very much. Over to you, Dr.
Joseph, that is very, very good. So being a practical session, would like to give people some time. I don't know how, Francis, you see it, but I would prefer that people try to build their course for the next 20 minutes into the lunch break. And then maybe we plan to, maybe before we reach that, maybe we can have some questions, but afterwards we need at least 20 so many minutes to try to practice the different activities. You know, people as they work, they face some challenges or here and there, we'll be there to support you. So, and after that, maybe we can break up for lunch. And then I think exactly 2, then we join the hot potatoes for assessment. But over to you, Francis and Tim.
Thank you very much, Drake and the team. I think our colleagues who are attending can now see that there's a lot of work that can be done from getting the design and having the content in a form that can be uploaded on a learning management system. So yesterday it was understanding the concepts and understanding the steps to be taken. But today we are going into having it done. And as you know, you are not going to be hiring people to do that for you. You have to be doing by yourself. Now, all I can add now is that whatever you've seen now and whatever you started to do now is just the beginning. You need to have time on your own to be able to practice and get the skills in your fingertips. I think, as Drake has said, it would be good that you give you some time to go through the tool so that you can be able to ask questions. So I suggest that, Drake, yes, we can give some questions to people, and then I mean, some time for people to go through the exercise, and then when we come back, they'll be able to ask questions. So instead of asking questions now, we can first give time for our colleagues to familiar themselves with the tools.
The support team, we are online. So we are going to be online until maybe 1:30. So if you're still working and there's something you want to ask support, we'll be able to support you. But at exactly 2, let's be back so that we can enjoy the hot potatoes, not the cold ones. And then we make sure that we cover sufficient ground. So
yeah,
thank you.
I have some video clips on hot potato. I don't know whether members would think that we play for them as they go around, or wait until you finish the EXE exercise. What do you think, members? Drake, you're muted.
They finish the EXE first, eh?
Okay.
Yeah, so that we don't overload them. So let them first practice this, then prepare them for the next session.
Good.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right then. Please get engaged. Is kind of a working break. You need to be doing something so that you can have things to ask in terms of questions and yeah, the discussion that we are going to resume later. Okay, thank you.
Those of you are asking about the presentation, I think we are making it available shortly. We need a presentation yesterday, so I was sending in a whole presentation that we are making today for the 2 days. So you should be having it shortly, either before or after lunch. Something you have to know is that the SCORM helps you with managing the authenticity of your content.